name is Oliver Schmidtke. I'm the director of the Center for Global Studies here at the University of Victoria, and we're one day after the second round of the presidential elections in France, and we have a clear winner. Macron was over 65% of support in the second round, clear mandate to govern and to make sense of this, both the electoral result but also the long-term political effects of his victory. I'm here with me, Helga Hallgrimsdottir from the School of Public Administration at the University of Victoria, where she's a professor looking into issues of political sociology, social movements, and also the rise of populism in Europe. And Marc, who with a very distinguished career in the Foreign Office has served as Canada's ambassador to France from 2007 to 2012, and before ambassador to Spain, a profound knowledge of European politics. And what I suggest is we start off reflecting on last night's elections that come with a great sigh of relief, at least for those who are sympathetic to the idea of the European Union. Helga, do you want to start us off with your reflections on what happened last night and what contributed to the pretty stunning success in terms of the margin of his support for Macron?
Yeah, the margin was a little bit bigger than we expected, and I think that one of the contributors to that margin was that Le Pen appeared to lose at least 3 to 4% following after the televised debate. So she really didn't do very well in that debate, and that debate is actually has an important role in the presidential elections historically. So I think that's part of it. Part of it also has to do with the message that Macron was sending out, and a way that people were maybe walking away from the fear politics of Le Pen. I think it's important to note that Macron actually gained about 11 million votes between the first and the second round, and Le Pen only gained 3 to 4 million votes. So in terms of which candidate was better able to go into the votes that were kind of undecided, or people who had cast a ballot for someone else in the first round, Macron did a much better job. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, for me, one of the real stories that we can't lose sight of is that this was the second lowest turnout since the Fifth Republic, I believe, in a nation that's historically very politically engaged. More people abstained from the election than voted for Le Pen. 4 million people spoiled their ballots in the election. So this really shows, I think, uncertainty, a disaffection among a large proportion of the French electorate. And as Macron gets ready to govern and wants France to be governable, I think that the most important thing he has to do is look at those people that abstained and spoiled their ballots.
And you mentioned almost 11 million voted for Le Pen after all, so it is the best showing ever for the Front National in a presidential race. So, in a way we see Macron as a winner, but also, although it was disappointing, I suppose, for Marine Le Pen, she could count on quite a large population supporting her. Marc, what is your take on the election?
Well, for me, yesterday was a major achievement in the renewal of the French political class. It is opening a new chapter in French politics, and I would say in European politics. A year ago, this young man of 39 years old was almost unknown in France, although he was Minister of the Economy. It is a junior minister under the Minister of Finance. He suddenly decided last summer to resign and launch his own movement outside of the political parties. I think that he was able to read properly the minds and the hearts of the French population, very frustrated after 15 years of inaction in terms of reform in their country. The French wanted profound change, and that's what they voted yesterday. And in a sense, despite the fact that, yes, indeed, there was a lot of abstention and there's a lot of division in the society, they voted massively for this young man with a new approach to politics, wanted to steal or to take ideas from the right or from the left and work for the country. I think that it is. In addition, I would say that he was able to stay on message during his campaign, and that was extremely helpful. We saw it during the debate. He was on message. It was a message of optimism. It was a message of being constructive. It was a message of being pro-Europe, pro-refugees. I mean, it was refreshing to hear this message from Emmanuel Macron. But more refreshing than that is that the French decided to go at 66% and to follow his leadership on that.